Welcome to the One Minute Apologist. If you had 1 minute to be able to unpack for the audience, what about those who've never heard about Jesus Christ? Give a defense.
Most Christians do not know Christianity well.
Because you don't know the answer doesn't mean that there isn't an answer.
Apologetics seeks to give credible answers to curious questions.
It's not a substitute for faith, but it's a reinforcement to it.
Is Jesus the only way to heaven?
I can take the data they concede and show the resurrection happened from their basis.
But when I think about my doubts, I realize that most of my doubts are emotional, they're not intellectual.
How do we make the jump between the content and the conversation, from the academics or the scholarship to the relationship?
Intelligent design is the study of patterns in nature that are best explained as the product of intelligence.
Why do you believe the Bible is accurate? What it says is true and is binding on all of us. Here's the short answer: because Jesus said so and he was raised from the grave.
Both sides, conservatives, liberals, everyone in between, are trying to legislate morality. The only question is, whose morality? And the morality I think we ought to legislate is the morality that isn't mine, isn't yours, but ours.
Prophesied coming, virgin birth, sinless life, miraculous deeds, heal the sick, raise the dead, made the deaf to hear, the blind to see, the lame to walk, shouldered the sin debt of the world, laid his back to a beam of wood, conquered the grave, under his own power. 3 days later, he's alive, the tomb is empty. That's not just a man, that's the Son of God. That's the Son of God.
For 2,000 years, the church has wrapped around the gospel being the fact that Jesus Christ shed his blood on a cross for sinners, and for those sinners who would place their faith in his death on their behalf, that they would experience forgiveness of their sins and live forever with Jesus Christ.
But now the atheist is trying to say, no, I'm the morally decent guy, and you're the guy who, after you read your holy book and listen to voices from God, are going to go out and beat up some people or blow up a building. So we've got to be scared of you. And that's given the new atheism a certain sort of incendiary appeal. And I think a new apologetics is needed to counter that.
The testimony of Jesus and the external evidence of the Bible's prophetic and influential accuracy says that, hey, I better look at the content. And the content says you must be born again.
Always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you.
It's not an option that we ought to know what we believe and why we believe it.
The contrast here is to know your own convictions, to know Christianity well.
Take a good look at the evidence for Christianity.
I see apologetics as clearing the obstacles that block people from coming face to face with the cross.
Apologetics seeks to give credible answers to curious questions.